On this video, since it is Maundy, Thursday, I would like to read the Greek text of Matthew 21, beginning at verse 1, in the Greek and the Hebrew translation, and the Latin translation, and of course the English, with grammatical analysis and commentary. So beginning with the Greek, Kaihate ingisen eis Jerusalema kai eosan eis Bethphage eis ta aras ton elaion tote Jesus epistelen duo mathe tais. And when they came near unto Jerusalem, and they came into Bethphage, unto the Mount of Olives, then Jesus sent two of his disciples. Ingesan is the aorist indicative active third person plural from ingizo, to come near. When they came near unto Jerusalem, and they came, eothan is from erkamai, aorist indicative active third person plural, unto Bethphage, and to the Mount of Olives, then Olivet or Olive. Then Jesus sent. Apestelen is from apostello, aorist indicative active third person singular. He sent two disciples. The Hebrew translation reads, Vayehi ka'asher karuvu l'Yerushalayim, uva'u el Beit Phage Bahar Hazetim, Vayishlach Yeshua Shanayim men ha-Talmedim. And it came to pass, as they came near to Jerusalem, Vayehi is from Hayah, a cow imperfect, third masculine singular from Hayah, with a vav conversive or vav consecutive. And it came to pass, as they came near to Jerusalem, that they came unto Beit Phage, unto the house Beit Phage, and the Mount of Olives, or by the Mount of Olives. Uva'u is from bow. It's the cow perfect, third person plural from bow. That they came unto Beit Phage, unto the Mount of Olives, Vayishlach Yeshua, and Jesus sent. Vayishlach is from shalach, to send, a cow imperfect, third masculine singular, from shalach. Jesus sent two from his talmedim, two from his disciples. And then the Latin reads, just get the Latin here a second, here we go. Et cum aplapin quasent, and when Jesus came near, Heras Salimis, to Jerusalem, et renessent Bethphage, that he came to Bethphage, ad montem Oliveti, to the Mount of Olivet, tunc Jesus missit duos discipulus. Then Jesus sent two disciples. Notice the verbs here are in the past tense, that they're following the aorist in Greek, putting them into the past tense. That when they came near to Jerusalem, And they came to Bethphage, to the Mount of Olives. Then Jesus sent 2 disciples. Then we read on in the next verse, verse 2. Legon altois, saying to them, Parueste eis tein komen, tein katenanti humon, saying to them, Go unto the village which is before you. Parueste is the present imperative, second person plural from paruamai, or present imperative middle from paruamai. Saying to them, and legon, by the way, is your present participle nominative masculine plural. So go unto the village which is before you. And then we read on in the next phrase, kai eutheos huresitai anan dedamenein kai polas met altes lusantes agagete moi. So as we translate the Greek text, it reads, saying to them, Go into the village before you, and immediately you will find a donkey having been bound. Heuresite is the future indicative active, second person plural from heurisco. You will find a donkey having been bound from deo, a perfect passive participle accusative feminine singular from deo, having been bound kai polon and a colt met autes with her, lusantes agagete moi, loose and bring to me, lusantes, having loose, bring to me. It's imperatival, even though it's a participle, an aorist participle, nominative plural from luo, nominative masculine plural. So loose and bring, agagete is your aorist imperative, second person plural from ago, and bring to me. So Jesus says, when you find the donkey and the colt, loose and bring to me. No doubt a wild donkey, and showing again the Lord's power over all of that. So we move on to the Hebrew. Vayomer alehem lechu, and he said unto them, Go el ha-kafar asher mim molechim sham timsa'u. Go unto the Jesus said to them, Go unto the village which is before you, El HaKafar Asher Mimolachim, and immediately you will find a colt tied. And then Sham Timsa'u Aton Asura. Immediately you will find Timsa'u is the cow imperfect, second masculine plural from matzah. You will find a colt, asura, having been bound, or a donkey, excuse me, having been bound, and a colt, the ayin, ima, with her. So, pretty literal rendering of the Greek. And so he goes on, loose and bring to me. Hatiru otam vehaviu elai. Hatiru is the Hifil imperative from the verb lose. So loose them and bring them. Another imperative, havi'u, second masculine plural. Loose and bring them from bo unto me. So again, the Hebrew is very close to the Greek in the translation. The Latin then reads, when you go, and he's saying to them, go and unto the village which is before you. Deacons eis, deacons is a present participle from dicere, saying, go unto the village, ite in castellum. Ite is your imperative again. Quod contra vos est, which is before you, and immediately you will find a colt having been bound, or a donkey having been bound, and a colt with her. Et statim invenietis, immediately you will find an assinum, a donkey, alligatum, a donkey, you will find a donkey bound, and a colt, cum ea, with her. Sawita, loose, another imperative, et adicite mihi, and bring to me. So the Vulgate follows, again, the Hebrew quite closely here. Then we come to verse 3, and we'll read it in the Greek now. Kai antes humen epete, and if anyone should say anything, ape is your aorist subjunctive, third person singular from Lego. If anyone should say anything, erete, you shall say from Lego, future, indicative active second person plural, hate ha curios auton creon eke. The Lord of them, or their Lord, is having need. Euthus de apostole autus, and immediately he will send them. Apostole is your future indicative active, third person singular from apostello. Immediately he will send them. And then looking at the Hebrew of that verse, and that is again verse 3. The Hebrew reads, V'chi yomar ish alechem. If a man shall say davar, a thing to you, v'amartim, then you shall say. Amartim is the cow perfect second masculine plural from amar. You shall say ha-adon tzarich. The Lord is necessary for them, or has need for them. Uverega yeshalachem, and immediately he will send them. Yeshalachem is the PL imperfect third person singular from shalach, followed by the pronominal suffix in the haim, third masculine plural. So immediately he will send them. And so looking at the Latin as to how it reads in that verse, And if anyone should say to you, then you say, Dominus eos necessarios habet. The Lord is having need of them. Habet is just your present tense. So the Lord is having need of them. Et confestem dimitte eos. And immediately he will send them. So again, the Latin follows pretty closely along with the Hebrew to the Greek. And so the point, by way of interpretation, is basically the Lord is controlling this whole scene, and he is setting it up and causing his disciples to go and obey him in doing this. And all you have to say, their Lord is having need of them. Here is the statement that those that would hear this would no doubt know that the disciple was talking about Jesus having need of them. So just so far, what I'm seeing in these verses, this is setting the stage for this great triumphal entry, as we call it, in which Jesus is coming as a king, not in a militaristic way, but in a gentle way, on a donkey, showing that he has come to bring salvation. He is the gentle king, the gentle savior. I'm going to stop there, just taking my time working through the text, pondering it as we're in that day today, the day of the triumphal entry.